At the end of this century, only 80 years from now, nearly 4 billion people will call sub-Saharan African home. That's nearly 4 times the number of people that currently live on this continent. At the same time, Africa is home to 33% of global biodiversity, 25% of mammals, 20% of bird species, 23% of forest carbon stock, and we have the highest diversity of fish species on the planet. Currently, over 3 million square kilometers of natural habitats in Africa are protected. But unless we can make these areas economically valuable to those future 4 billion Africans, it's unlikely that these areas will survive. At Conservation Capital, we believe in this simple truth. If you want to save conservation areas, you need to make them economically valuable. Unless they're economically valuable, they will not be socially relevant. If they're not socially relevant, they will not be politically relevant. If they're not politically relevant, they will disappear. Now, however frightening this prospect might be, this is also a major opportunity. Consider Namibia, where conservation was made socially and politically relevant, and as a result, we've seen conservation areas in the country increase to 40% of the land surface in the last 25 years. Consider Kenya, where conservation capital, together with communities, landowners, and conservation organizations, has worked to turn underperforming livestock ranches into mixed-use, economically viable land areas with a conservation and wildlife focus. As a result, and over a period of 10 years, we've seen the commercial revenue, the average commercial revenue from these areas increase from around $10 per acre per year to more or less $50 per acre per year. Now, of course, not all the revenue streams that can be developed on private land might be applicable or appropriate to public land. But if you use that figure and extrapolate over Africa's conservation estate, we're sitting on a potential conservation economy of $40 billion per year. Now, how do we exploit that economic opportunity? Well, firstly, we believe the market is there. We're seeing the trend of demand for natural products increase, or we believe it's increasing, which is opening up interesting opportunities in fields like sustainable agriculture, sustainable or environmentally friendly livestock rearing, forestry, and even energy. Secondly, we're seeing some interesting trends in tourism. Traditional tourism products need to become ever more creative in how they are marketed to attract tourists, while Africa's rapid emergence has developed a new type of tourist which is crucial for conservation, and that's the domestic tourist. Secondly, we're seeing some interesting alliances being formed between forward-thinking businesses, governments, and NGOs, where they're working together in protected areas to develop the economic potential of those specific areas. A good example of this is in North Luangwa in Zambia, where the Zambian Department of National Parks and Wildlife, together with the Frankfurt Zoological Society, on the back of a 30-year partnership, is opening up that area for commercial investment and opportunity. And indeed, these opportunities exist all over Africa. This map just shows some of the places where we're doing this kind of job. But in order to open up all the other opportunities, there's one thing that we need. And we need to build the political will to do so. We believe that we have the market, the expertise is there, and there are opportunities abound. But we all need to really build that political will to do so, because without that, we don't have the mandate to execute these opportunities. Conservation Capital is just one firm that focuses exclusively on the links between business, finance, and conservation to make these areas socially and politically relevant. But I think we together, as the conservation sector, need to think how we can build the political will to develop a sustainable economy around Africa's conservation estate. Thank you.